Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery here. We get together most weekday mornings at 8 o'clock Central, talk about tips, strategy, share success stories, and support each of you. Obviously, our end goal is to improve the financial literacy of others and increase their access to capital by having a fundable business. If it were that easy, I guess everyone would do it. So, what we need to do is have a strategy to generate leads, to be able to educate those leads, to then enroll those leads. Some of you are knocking it out of the park. Some of you are still ramping it up. We've talked about this, but I wanted to facilitate more of a very practical, hands-on training for each of you. So I asked AJ, and he created this yesterday. We just put it up, and we're going to go through a brief 11-minute training today, 12-minute training on how he is posting ads on Facebook and Instagram, generating around 100 qualified leads per month. Because qualified is a key adjective, isn't it? These just aren't names and numbers. These are individuals that are looking for capital to start or grow a business. You can't hit me with, well, this is expensive, I can't afford it. It's not at all. Most of the folks that are using this strategy are spending right around $5 per day on what's called their ad spend. Let's say you only have $5. Well, then run it for one day, because you can start and stop the ad spend as you need. So I don't think we're going to run into a problem of budget. And I don't think we're going to run into an issue of knowledge, because there are resources able to help you implement this strategy. I'll be very transparent. I'm not a technical expert. I'm not the guy that's going to be able to help you get this campaign going. But you can call debt sellers, you can email debt sellers, you can talk to AJ, and he can help you. If you want him to create your whole package, he can do it. If you just need assistance, he can help you. But if you're taking this serious, if you're the CEO of a branch office that should be generating at least $100,000 a month, at least $1.2 million a year, and you're not on track, it's probably time to start considering some different options. So let's briefly go through his training. We'll listen to it together, we'll discuss it, and then we'll break. So here we go. We're going to get it started.
What I really wanted to do real quick is talk about your social media presence in order to generate sales. And what we do currently is something amazing. We're able to generate anywhere between a dozen to 24 enrollments into our program. And I'm going to quickly give you some basic tools.
I'm gonna pause that. What I didn't explain, when he said a dozen to do 24, that's per day. Per day, the number of enrollments, not per month or per week, per day. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
I'll go through our Facebook and our Instagram page, and I'll show you how to answer DMs, right? So real quick, just off the top, Canva is a great tool. You're able to create stories and pictures and stuff like that. This is one of the products that we were able to create inside of Canva, and it's attracting clients into our National US Grant, and that's important, right? Because we need to make a post and promote it. I have another video that shows how to attack or attract a specific target audience, and I'll post a link for that in the next video so you can watch it. But what do you
And sorry to interrupt again. So he's remarkably willing to share with you the tools, the resources that he uses for free. So it works. It absolutely works. And you can plug into this as much as you want. Continue on.
do? So you post it on Facebook, but how do you even create it? So you go into Canva, you can take our post, of course, and promote it, or you can create your own, especially if you want to have creativity. So Canva is a great app. And then I'll kind of show you our Facebook. So this is our Facebook. You could see this is my dog here at our office. A lot of clients like the dog. And this is our office, of course. This is my vibe board. But this is what I have as my cover photo whenever clients come in and they see us and they talk to us. And we have our social media handles and everything like that.
So just interpreting this as we go through. So what he's trying to convey to you is that you need to have a business Facebook page, but it comes off as personal, right? Not stagnant. It shows a little bit of a flavor of who you are. He has a dog, so he shows the world as dog. He has an office, so he shows the world as office. But becoming a real person is going to help alleviate the concern that a lot of people have of, oh, is this real or not? Continue on, please.
Like that. And then we have our post. What's important is that you have your profile picture up here. You don't want to have a company name. You don't want to have a company logo here. People don't want to buy from a company. They want to buy from a personality. So obviously work to build that out. More posts, the better. The more followers and likes you would obtain. Make sure you put in your information in here, and that way people know how to find you. And we have most of our content on Dropbox, so we can provide it to you for free if you don't have content. But I would go ahead and create content, start posting.
So scrolling back a little bit, if we can get back to where he was. So again, it does take some prep time to have a significant, incredible online presence. So again, if you have the knack, you can do it. If you need him to do it for you, he'll do it. But you can see that it's more than just posting an ad on Facebook. Some of you, I think, have posted an ad, you didn't get results, and then you became frustrated or you gave up. But it's how you're positioning your brand. Each of you have a branch office, and we want to make sure that the way that the outside world sees your branch is that it's credible. See the difference? Okay, continue on, please.
Out more posts, the better. The more followers and likes you would obtain. Make sure you put in your information in here, and that way people know how to find you. And we have most of our content on Dropbox, so we can provide it to you for free if you don't have content. But I would go.
So, this is our company car that we bought a couple weeks ago, but using success stories from your branch is really important. Showing that you do what you say that you do, that you're helping clients develop fundable businesses, because you can tell the story, but when you can show them the results, that's even more powerful. So on your page, put up your company car. If you don't have a company car, let's work together and get you a company car. The more tangible that you can make the experience for your prospect, the more likely they are to engage. And I actually filmed this when I was there picking up the car that day.
Go ahead and create content, start posting and start promoting, and that way clients are able to find you and they're able to kind of watch your information, right? And so Facebook is pretty bland. Most of our clients come in from ad messaging, but as you can see, we have a small presence. On our Instagram's a little bit better.
Well, pause that for a second. So again, when you get to the meat of the matter of how he's attracting clients, of course, there's ads. And then what Facebook and Instagram is able to do, which is above my pay grade, is get the ad in front of the right people, right? So AJ or yourself can develop the ad. That's half the battle. The other half the battle is to get it in front of the right set of eyes. And this is an example of an ad that he ran. Continue on, please.
Better, right? I mean, if we were able to pull up our reels, we have a couple different reels in here. This is our most popular reel. We promote this all the time. Hopefully you can listen to it. Let's see. And clients love the music.
Hey, I'll find a loophole.
So just so you know, you may not know the context. So this is the car that he went and bought, $140,000 BMW 7 in his business name through our program. So does the program work? Absolutely. He's creating a visual awareness. And that's, I think, what a lot of you were missing to really generate the type of volume that you need. Continue on, please.
Been trapping since a youngster. Fully automatic, we can't let no nigga punk us. Fuck about no bitch, I treat a model like a runner. Bitch free YSL, I know thugs, I know gunners. I was raised to get some money, flip that shit like 10 ways.
And so the reason why we have this video here, it attracts the client, right? So you could put in National U.S. Grant, unique benefits, qualify, all this information. But obviously, if it's your content, what you could do is you can go to a car dealership and take a video of a car if you wanted to. We've done that in the past. Or, you could buy a business automobile and take a video of it. Clients really like that. Then of course you can always promote stuff like this.
New squad, pretty broads, breadwinner superstars, no facade, designer store inside the mall, going hard, let them know that I'm a dog, live by the law, ball till I fall, entourage, a lot of...
And clients really like that stuff. I even have a video of our company Lamborghini that's here. We even have a picture of a demon or a video of a demon. This one's nice. Some clients like this one. And then we even have this video and a lot of
At
clients like
17,
this.
I wanted everything that was in store. At 23, I bought it all just to make sure. Fuck a delay.
But the point of it is to have content that the client can relate to. This is what last video, I'm not gonna shut up, but this is our TRX. And so we're getting this information directly from the lender, right? So what happens whenever a client wants to enroll? So of course they are gonna see us. I'd always get the check mark, that's important. That will give you 10x the amount of ad replies and stuff like that when they see that verification. Put in your first and last name. That's important to get verified. I would put a very simple bio, something that lets them know what you're here to do. We don't charge up front, at least in my program, and no minimum credit score is required. And it really just directs them to the website, which is my landing page. So whenever they go to the website, they're able to watch this short video.
Hey guys, it's AJ. I'm sure you've seen many other competitors out there within the credit and funding space. So let me tell you the truth. It does come down to the 3 C's. You either need credit, cash flow, or collateral to get funding. I know a lot of my competition, many of them, they'll say, hey, I need you to have a 700 credit score, I need you to have $10,000 per month in revenue, or I need you to have a certain amount of time and business requirements. You've probably seen them on Facebook or Instagram. I'll even post a couple of them during the short discussion. But the truth is, most of them pre-qualify you before you even talk to them, right? They'll ask you a couple of questions. We don't have any pre-qualifications. Whenever you work with us, we get started for free. There's no upfront cost, of course. We can get started for funding for as little as $500. A lot of my competition will charge about $3,000, right? Or more just for credit repair. For us, we do it for free. We do Metro 2 disputes, factual disputes. It is the most intensive and aggressive credit repair that you have probably ever seen. Plus, we can guarantee.
Pause at a moment. So you notice he leads with no upfront cost. We just had the training yesterday for all of you about how to go to the marketplace with a no upfront cost offering. You remember, if you missed that, go back and watch it. It's on guaranteedfunding.org. So there is certainly a strategy to go to the marketplace and draw on a big funnel with no upfront cost. That is in fact what he does. Continue, please.
Guaranteed to go access at least $250,000 or more. Most of the time our clients come to us, we go to the SBA, we go elsewhere, even after we get our first tranche of funding. But of course, work with us, we guarantee the funding. We're able to get started for free, so there shouldn't be any worry about being enrolled or if you're already.
And the reason why I post this video is whenever a client wants to deal with us, right, it's AJ's Credit, myself, and they go to your landing page, we can update your landing page. So if you want to create a video that explains how the program works, we can add it to your landing page. And then obviously once their information comes in, what happens is we're able to come here, they'll be able to click and get more information, and then they're able to go onto the Jot form. And so it lets them know we have our Business Accelerator program. Through this program, we can raise $250,000.
Now I know this can get a little confusing. So AJ is a branch office, just like each of you, just like you, Anthony and Bernard and Katori and Cedric and Charles and David and Dr. Davis and so on. So he is a branch, and then he's created a sales organization under his branch. So he's signed up with us exactly the same way you are. And just as we've recently encouraged you to go build a sales organization, he's done that. And this is the way that he does it. So like when you see Business Accelerator program, you might say, well, what the hell's that? Doesn't make sense. We never talk about that. That's something that he created under his branch to go out to the marketplace. Because remember, as the owner of the branch, you are the CEO. You can create language and packaging the way that you want it. He's taken it to the nth degree. So don't be confused. And frankly, he can plug you into his model, or you can replicate it, but just don't be confused by the labeling. I wanted to explain. He's a branch just like you are. He's built a sales organization and a model that is unique to his branch, but some of you have as well. You got Larry Johnson on here. He has his own way of going out to the marketplace. Karan DeBray's on here. She has her own way. So it's okay for you to each take your own unique path to generating leads. Continue on, please.
1,000 or more, we get started for free. We don't charge a performance fee for any of the finance products that are offered. It takes an average of 30 days to get funding with 2 phases. Phase 1 includes free credit repair, brings up your score for you to 240 points. Phase 2 allows how much funding they need, and then we have this also set up as an auto.
So I'm going to pause it here and let me pull my notepad back up and let's have a little dialogue on it. So what's our goal for today? Our goal is to make sure that you all have your branding page, right? So you should have your landing page, if I said it correct. You all should have your branch landing page. We're now providing that for free. If you don't have your branch landing page, you need to get with us and let us know. Once you have a landing page, the question is, what are you going to do to drive people to it? There's lots of different ways, but one of the probably most efficient ways is to use online marketing, which is our topic today. Instagram and Facebook seem to be two of the platforms that are most effective, allowing you to generate literally 100 or more leads per month and about a 50% conversion rate. Is it expensive? No. What I hear from those of you doing this, and I don't do it personally, so I don't know, but is they're spending an average of $5 per day, 150 a month. This training was meant to give you kind of an introduction to more transparency of what it takes for that to work. It's not just saying, oh yeah, I'm going to post an ad on Facebook or I'm going to post an ad on Craigslist. What I hope as a goal is that you all will take advantage of resources that are available, because we have a vested interest in your success. We want every one of your branches to generate at least $100,000 this month, in the month of May, and in subsequent months going forward. So you have debt sellers' phone number, you have debt sellers' email address. I'm assuming they can get text on that number. I don't really know. But regardless, I encourage you, reach out to them and come up with a game plan if you need assistance in developing an online lead development strategy. Now, some of you are very sharp. You don't need help generating leads. Larry Johnson, last thing he needs is more leads. He's inundated with leads. But for those of you that aren't as smart, Mensa smart as Larry, then maybe this is something that you should consider. So I'm going to ask for a yes or no from each of you in the Q&A box, not a commitment, but is developing an online lead development engine like this of interest to you? So looking for a response from each of you. Bernard, I think you tried it and it didn't work, right? Something was missing. Something was missing. I don't know what was missing. I'm probably not even smart enough to tell you what was missing, but I know that it works. So Bernard, in your case, I'd recommend you started something, but you didn't get it right. We need to go back, because what is true is it needs to be done right. I don't know that it's fancy. I don't know that it's sophisticated, but it needs to be done right. If all the pieces aren't in place, don't be frustrated. Don't write it off. Go figure out what the problem is. All right, so Bernard says, yep, he's going to get back with AJ and figure out what's broken. Awesome. David, you've got a big team. You've got a big team that should be generating, I don't know, what should we say, 100 deals a month, probably, David, across your team, if they were to each do something similar to this. So yes, you've got so much vested interest in implementing. Marilyn is frankly struggling a little bit right now. So here's a strategy for Marilyn to consider. And again, I know some of you that are just getting started, you may be on a tight budget, but I mean, we're talking about $5 a day of, they call it ad spend. If you don't have $5, let's figure out something, right? We'll go give plasma or something to raise $5 for you. That shouldn't be a barrier. Karan is off to a fast start, but she says she's going to consider it. Great. So you know where the resources are. You need to take note here, right? This is up on the screen right now. This is a time for you to take notes, to reach out. Cedric just had a deal. Congratulations, Cedric. Cedric is a new branch, just signed his first deal signed first deal yesterday. Client paid him $2,500. Hooray, Cedric. And that client started implementation today. Great job, Cedric. There's a success story. Katori says she's going to do it. Holly, you're the money coach. Holly, with your sphere of influence, your intellect, if you applied this technique to your sphere of influence, Holly, you'd be one of the top 10 producers in the organization. Pearlie's going to do it. Dr. Davis, you're awesome. Dr. Davis, are you still on track for 8 deals this week? 8 deals this week? Let me know. Talking about deals, we'll go back and we'll give AJ some props here. We'll go back to the beginning of his, not to play it, but just to pull it up. And then I'll pull my notes back up. AJ not only uses this, but once his client gets funding, then he's very effective in getting the clients to reinvest. So for example, real story, first tranche financing, AJ got his client through our program, $50,000. Not a lot, but $50,000. Do you for a client named Nelson? Do you know what the first thing that Nelson did with that $50,000? He went out and signed up 8 of his clients. He referred in 8 of his relatives, I should say. He referred in 8 of his relatives to AJ, and all 8 signed up yesterday. So, man, when you start showing people success, they spread the word. They become referral partners for you, right? So we need success. So Dr. Davis, forgive me, I ask you, are you still on track for 8 this week, Dr. Davis? Harold says he's going to give it a try. Kevin says yestis. Kind of sounds like testis, but it's yestis. All right. Jeanette says she would need some hand holding, and I appreciate that. I would too. I have 2 graduate degrees, used to be college professor. I don't know that I could do this on my own. I really don't know that I could, but I know that he can do the whole package for you or give you just some free pointers. Herman says he's going to get back with AJ. Marilyn says she thought the ad would be most like others, but she says this brings a lot of energy. Yeah, so he's kind of figured it out. I'm not saying you couldn't do it better. We're not competing with each other, but he has figured out what works. Not to say that you couldn't figure out what works better, but I don't want anyone to be dependent upon me further. I brought you forth a resource. You can decide to use the resource or not. I've given you the phone number and email address to reach the resource. I'm stepping out of this conversation now. You are the CEO of your branch. You have the contact information. Don't wait for me to send out this training. Don't wait for me to do anything. If you want to leverage this resource, you have the information. Take a picture of it with your phone, write it down, memorize it, but the ball has moved from my court to yours. My job is to bring you success stories of what other people want, like what Larry Johnson's doing, like what AJ's doing, like what Holly's doing. So I'm going to deliver you success stories. You've got to decide what you're going to implement. All right. So with that, we're going to wrap it up today. Clear call to action. If you're not marketing online, you're missing out on an important means, because let's take Facebook, for example. Facebook has millions and millions of users. Facebook knows the demographics of their users. Facebook knows which of their users are looking for funding to start or grow a business. So they have your leads. If you follow a system, something like this, you can do it yourself. I don't care how you do it. But if you'll advertise properly, we'll say through Facebook, you can get your message in front of those leads. So with that being said, the ball's in your court. Hopefully this is helpful and practical. I don't want to be a middleman. If you want to implement this, here you go. Now, if you don't have your landing page, you need to get with me. I need to make sure that you have your free landing page. But as far as this strategy, here are the resources. It's up to you. I just want to make sure that every one of you are making at least $100,000 this month, in the month of May and subsequent months. All right. Thanks, everyone. See you back Monday morning. Have a great day. Bye.